All right, speaking of historic, we've got some Squirrel combo here, which for those that are not familiar, Squirrel combo is based around this card from the Jumpstart Historic Horizons. It says whenever one or more 1/1 counters are placed on this, you get a 1/1 green Squirrel creature token. And this card is part of a 3-card infinite combo where you get Scurry Oak and Heliod out. So Heliod says whenever you gain life, you put a 1/1 counter on target creature or enchantment you control. And then we combo these two with Prosperous Innkeeper, Soul Warden, or Lunarch Veteran that says whenever a creature enters play, you gain a life. So the loop is you gain a life, you use Heliod to put a counter on here. The counter on here makes a squirrel, which gains you a life, which triggers a counter, which puts a counter on here, which makes a squirrel, which gains you a life, which triggers a counter, which put a counters on here that makes a thing, etc. So Scurry Oak gets really, really big, your board goes really, really wide, and your life total goes really, really high. And past just that 3-card combo aspect of this deck, we also just leverage these life gain cards with things like Voice of the Blessed here from the new set, Moon Dancer for some card selection to get bigger, and Ajani's Pridemate to just have this honest beatdown plan as well. And then we kind of tie the room together with some collected companies, which serves for both card advantage and a way to find our combo pieces with redundancy. So let's go ahead and dive on into some matches with this and see how it feels today. So, if you haven't watched us play Black-White Zombies, there is some matches of that up on the YouTube channel from before this most recent set release. And I think Rally Zombies is very reasonable. So 28 months, Thread Menace, welcome back. I'm really not a big fan of, like, announcement type streams. Like, I'd much rather just catch the highlights after the fact, rather than sitting through a bunch of things that I may or may not be interested in. Lodrick, thanks for the quarter of a year. Welcome back. Cleric class level 2 can be a redundant Heliod. Sure. That seems kind of slow and clunky, though, and you can't find it with Collected Company. Like, one of the reasons this deck is reasonable is because it has a game plan outside of comboing. So you don't need to be all in on redundancy because you can just, like, play your Pridemate style cards and, like, make them big. Hey, look, another draw. Man, Magic Arena has been something else today. With all this drawing, maybe we should change the art category, right? Man, I'd YOLO the crap out of this on the draw with double Collected Company, but on the play, I just can't do it. Arena's being kinda squirrely this morning. That's a good way to put it. Okay, I mean, this hand's very good. Turn 3 Coco is great. Maybe I'm supposed to play around game 1 counter spells. I don't know, smells like Phoenix. Phoenix and Historic. Yeah, most likely. Like I said, I think our channel is going to have a bigger Historic focus, so I'll probably get around to all the big ones here. But there's a lot of decks in Historic. They sniffed us out, chat. I bottom that, looking for a higher impact card. I mean, so just because while I agree with the memory lapse band, I agree in acknowledging reality as well. Historic has always been diverse. Like, Historic was diverse when memory lapse was legal. It's just like, memory lapse just has a great parallel to Epiphany and Standard, right? It's just like, the format's diverse, and like, you could draw a lot of metrics that say the format is fine and doesn't need changes, but the format's just more fun on average without it. It's just a miserable fucking card that sucks to play against. So like, was the format diverse with memory lapse in it? Yeah, definitely. Is the format significantly better with memory lapse banned? Also, yes. Now, I think 2-mana unconditional counterspells are too good. And not even just too good, just like the type of gameplay they generate is uninteresting. Any creature, please. That'll do, pig. Hey, Rabbit. I am very happy with the tournament we ended up putting together. Want to get Voice of the Blessed pumped up here? I think the open this past weekend was easily the best production we've ever done. Going back up to 20 here is huge. Our deck is exceedingly difficult to raise. Getting to see that, what we talked about during the deck tech of our deck just has this fair game plan that gets to execute reasonably. Honestly, it's more fun. Not only is the show more fun to watch when we have less downtime, but it's more fun to run the show when we have less downtime too. Like, sitting there waiting for matches to be ready to watch is, like, not exciting for our casters either. Hey, Big USD, thanks for the support. Good morning, good morning. So they've got 2 birds in their bin, but we've gained enough life here that those aren't really a huge concern at the moment. So we're losing the tiny dancer, but voice is still around. I think deck techs are fine content. I don't think deck techs need to happen during a tournament, though. Like, if you want to watch a deck tech, like, go to YouTube, right? Like... So now with this animating, if I attack with all of these, they can't triple block this without dying. And I'm going to gain 11 here, up to 25. I mean, the cooler decks that are good, I generally end up playing here on stream and tweaking and working on them. So that effectively already happened, Sunox. Not quite indestructible yet, but getting close. Fading Hope isn't as common in this format, although the Phoenix decks do occasionally have a couple of Brazen Borrowers. Not always in the main deck, though, and this is game 1. Alright, now we indestructible, fam. Oh, they're playing Delver. WKX, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel this morning. I mean, if they have a Brazen Borrower in their deck, they're likely to find it here. They're on to 17 cards. And if they do have a Brazen Borrower in their main, we could lose this game. We are all in on this voice. They are digging. They're digging like an answer exists, chat. Low-key kind of concerned here. Let's start pumping up the Soul Warden here. Yeah, they can't just go wide around this, though, because of the Heliod. So these have to attack. Now, if it works out that the Brazen Borrower is close enough to the bottom of their deck, it could be that we deck them out here. Okay, yeah. That's a Fading Hope. Like I said, this game is losable. The 11 cards in their deck. They were tire spinning like they had an answer. Are they gonna Ox here and go down to 7 cards? And it puts more power into play, I suppose. We're technically a Scurry Oak away from comboing them too here. We haven't drawn any of those yet in 14 cards. Zombie! Thanks for the 20 months. Welcome back. Zombie, zombie, zombie. I've lost more games than I care to admit decking myself in Phoenix. Yep. Alright, well now just Squirrel doesn't do it. Yeah, we've seen 14 cards, they've seen 54 cards. And they technically scried some bottom with an op too, right? One of your finest collected companies, please. Yikes. Yikes. This does at least have a white pip in its mana cost, so we are at 4 loyalty here. So if they can't interact with our board, they do need to leave back 3 blockers here, which slows their clock a touch. Down to 5 cards in deck. All right, they have 22 damage in play. Do they have the last 2? Could be dead here. Yeah, we need Coco into the combo if we're not dead here. I like this play on the opponent's part of leaving their Phoenix back to play our own company into 4 white symbols. Very, very well played on their part. Definitely want Rip and Thalia here. Yeah, opponent played that really well, for sure. A really good job managing things. Think this is a Skyclave matchup. Their Phoenixes are kind of whatever. Innkeeper into Tiny Dancer looks pretty good here. Well then. Yikes. Yeah, Faithless Looting's a hell of a drug, Anthrax. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Maybe I'm supposed to play a 2 there, actually. Maybe I'm supposed to burn the treasure to play the Moon Dancer to scry for a land. That's what we're supposed to do. There's 2 Phoenixes coming back. Need to draw land this turn. Untap land. It's one of those statue days, chat. Some days you're the pigeon, other days you're the statue. I mean, to be fair, getting flooded or screwed does happen in a very significant number of games of Magic. It's a core feature of the game. Let's call it a feature. Have a good one, Anthor. I think I'm gonna bottom voice here. I think I want to keep 2 life gain enablers and 2 payoffs for gaining life here. That card's not very good against us. So next turn, we'll get to go Soul Warden into Dancer, make a 4/4. Depending on how many Brutal Cathars and Skyclave Apparitions the opponent has, this game matchup's probably decent. That's really strong, though. Bad die roll to lose. Yes. I think that stays there. Actual 0 chance on the draw. Our Skyclave Apparitions of our own to be able to generate tempo like that. Bright is still working on MMO. It's so weird to me how many new MMOs have come out recently. I feel like the WoW are like all of these MMOs releasing like the WoW fad started, and then all these companies started working on MMOs when like WoW was starting to get big, and now they're just finally ready to get to market all at a similar time. In addition to the Riot one that hasn't been fully released yet, or anybody's not even in beta yet, like, there's been 2 or 3 others in the last year, right? Well, so like, for people that don't understand how game development works, people that say they see WoW is going down now, like, a lot of these MMOs, like, these are not like WoW started tanking in the last year to year and a half or even 2 years, and suddenly these companies got their products out the door. Like, a major video game development is like many, many years in advance, like 5+, sometimes even a decade. Yeah, games as a service are definitely popular and profitable. It is certainly much easier to do constant content updates than it is to continue making brand new games. Just ask GTA 5. I think it depends on the creature deck, puppy. Sometimes Spellbinder is good to leave in matchups where the board gets clogged, because you need to fly over and kill them. Bethesda's supposed to have a new open world RPG game sometime soon, right? Like their version of Mass Effect, basically. Like Skyrim in space. Starfield, yeah. I mean, you're not the target audience of those types of streams then, Slipstream. Yeah, we just got dismantled here. I thought like this matchup would be good for us on paper, and that just like those games were not close. Like even the game we were on the play here, we just fumbled around and did nothing. Skyrim was very innovative and revolutionary for its time. It's just, you know, it's a decade old at this point, right? So compared to modern games, like, it's nothing to write home about. Thanks for the follow, admin. Welcome to the channel. Skyrim isn't modern? No. I think I'd put the cutoff for modern, what I would consider to be like a modern single player game, at probably like Witcher 3 or maybe even a little bit after it at this point. Even Witcher 3 is a little old at this point. That one was what, 2016? 2015? My body is prepared to get swept into a trash can. Haven't opened any packs on Arena since Kaldheim. Any recommendations? Yeah, the sets with the pathways in them. Not since Kaldheim, that means you don't have Zendikar or whatever the other set that had pathways in, or am I forgetting what sets pathways are from? Was Zendikar before or after Kaldheim? This was before Kaldheim, right? I'm gonna be honest, they all blur. If you have pathways, I'd recommend the most recent sets for the slow lands. Would be my recommendation. Alright, I'm gonna play these out to get my voices out of languish range, and then they're gonna play Ritual of Soot or Extinction Event, and we'll just, like, you know, curl up in the fetal position and cry a little bit. If you're on Collected Company, we can have a shot. We have this castle here, too. Goodbye, friends. Yeah. Okay. Oh, we're halfway there. Oh, lizard on a chair, take my hands. We'll make it, I swear. And you know what, chat? No matter how bad your day's going on Magic Arena, there's always someone out there that's having a worse day than you. Remember, chat. There's always lower you could go. For reference, I don't think it's salty to concede a match that you don't want to play. I actually think it's kind of the opposite of salty. I think it's an incredibly healthy, good approach to Magic Arena to just, like, skip over matches you don't want to play. In fact, sitting there playing matches that you're not having fun in is how you get salty. There's nothing wrong with being like, hey, I'm not having fun in this game. I should be playing this game for fun. I'm going to play this game in a different way. So, like, that trades with my Tiny Dancer, but at the same time, it's like, sure. Sure. What are lands, baby? Don't hurt me no more. Chat, would you believe I took the starting list I worked off of from this one and I cut a spell and added a land? Because you'd never know. Chat, people hate casting their spells so much. They hate it. Absolutely despise it. Put more lands in your deck, chat. You'll win more matches of Magic. See, chat, we scried, and then we got there. Yeah, if we hit another land here, this Collected Company's pretty good. Well, are we gonna live for that? YOLO. YOLO has been declared, chat. The best way to be salty is not casting spells that I live for the salt, so that's why I played too few lands. God bless. Play your Wellspring. They drew a burn spell, chat. Oh, no. Oh, they drew a burn spell, but also, oh, no. This is the part where they top deck a burn spell to kill us. Well, we haven't died yet, so maybe we're gonna get another turn. Survey says... Come on, just one brick. Our variance has been so bad today, we deserve a brick. One delicious... Oh, no. They get a redraw, chat. Not the redraws. I don't think we ran too bad yesterday. Couple of our mediocre ones and put some Skyclaves in. What's going on, General Canada? Thanks for the prime. Combo piece number 1, combo piece number 2. It's the reason we're playing 3 different 1-drops. Ranger-Captain of Eos, searches for them. Discharged, fam. Heliod. Rats. Okay. Looking for a company or a Heliod here. actually never lucky rubber ducky. Chat, we found what we were looking for. This sick beat. We might be able to just attack them to death. And I put 3 Apparition in my deck, so we've got some outs here. Like the Collecting Company's still a draw. You're not wrong, General. They certainly appear to have our number. Can't block, might as well attack. Yeah, we can technically accompany into Squirrel plus Apparition. Okay. This is why we turned off auto order. Want to exile this before we, we have a real shot here. Oh, they're dead actually, right? Not even a real shot, they're just dead. Good shit. Alright, I want the 4th Apparition for sure. Start. When our companies are good, our deck's good. Two razor thin games back to back there, huh? Not the lethal we asked our deck for, but it's definitely a lethal we will take. Is there a reason to not play with auto order off all the time? Yeah, it makes your games take way longer. You gotta keep clicking OK a bunch. Could have been better, could have also been worse. Like there, for example, I had to click OK to put these 4 triggers on the stack that I just didn't actually care about the order of them. Here, obviously, it's worthwhile to rearrange them because we get value out of it, but... I think I gonna do this now and get the 2 points of life gain in. Just in case they have another Ferocodon. So, next turn, Heliod can come down and gain a bunch of life. My dojo doesn't contain fear yet. Oh, man. We're 1 mana short, right? It's edge. That's fine. I'm gonna gain 9 here. Afternoon, Jace. Thanks for the 34 months. Welcome back. Shouldn't have played the life gain dork earlier. Mood. So they're going to murder one of my white 1-drops with the Wizard's Lightning, so that way the Heliod stops being a creature. Shango Bango. Thanks for the 7 months. Welcome back. Hey, cue the carnival music. Salute. All right, 2 razor thin games. That was pretty close too, honestly. You're probably about to turn off there. It's weird to me that you think Ajani's Welcome plays around creature removal when your combo requires Oak in order to combo. So like, subbing out one of your 2 creatures for a non-creature doesn't make your combo not get exposed to creature removal. Like, stops like a non-revolted fatal push, I guess. But I think putting a shit tier card like Ajani's Welcome in your deck when you're not really gaining anything because your combo still gets disrupted by removal seems really bad. Hey, thanks for the 20 months, James. Jame. Okay, so Jame, I have to ask, is your actual name not James? Is it just Jame, J-A-M-E? Or is the one Jame like a meme? It's actually James, okay. Yes, yeah, having less creatures makes your company's worse as well. It's good. Well, it's like, I felt like I have to ask because my buddy Matt, his name is just M-A-T. I always give him shit for having his name spelled wrong. Oh gosh, chat. Please do not drink when we have a trigger in this deck. I want my audience to be alive. Thanks for the 44 months, Neveer. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Okay, collecting company. One of your finest Heliods, please. Yikes. Hippity pop, the fun don't stop. We do get to try again next turn. Insert Spider-Man pointing meme for Voice of the Blessed here. What's going on, Ford? Thanks for the prime. And they're conceding because Scurry Oak is popping off. Fair. Alright, so we've got 4 Skyclave Apparition. Ranger getting Giant Killer seems good. Innate seems not great. This is probably fine. What else do I want to cut here? For your discussion on new MMOs, finally made me log into my account and send you a sub. I work on the business side in gaming, and the drivers right now are AAA developers are chasing continuous revenue from operating as a service. There's been an understanding that Blizzard has been going downhill for a while as all the creative designers have been driven out of the company. So strategists have been working away to capitalize on the weaknesses of WoW. That makes sense. I actually hadn't realized how long WoW had been on the decline. Like, I don't really follow MMOs personally at all because they're not really the type of game that I'm into. But someone in chat had mentioned like the WoW downward trend had been like 5+ years at this point, which that makes sense. Getting a game at least to a beta to market in 5 years seems pretty realistic. I appreciate the insider input. Yeah, I think we trim this and maybe a Ranger-Captain here. As someone who doesn't follow MMOs at all, do any of the new MMOs have decent graphics, or do they all still look like PlayStation 2 games? It was always so weird to me that MMOs like always had trash fire graphics. New World is beautiful. Okay. Some of the new ones are pretty. Yeah, that would make sense. I'm not, for the record, I'm not saying the PlayStation 2 is bad. I'm just saying, you know, it looks like it's from 2 decades ago. So we got a Skyclave. Their Heliod. It's their least redundant combo piece. Trade is. Yeah, that's just rude, chat. Anyway, I got this ugly bordered token and they get the beautiful borderless one. That ain't right. Oh no, we would have had it, chat. We would have had it. Oh no, we should have held the oak back. Should have held the oak back, chat. Do we chill or do we get some pressure going? We get some pressure going. Look at these 3-3s, chat. Pumping up the jam. Bump up, the wump up, the pump up, the jam. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. That's true. This is at least a land that attacks. Alright, they just need a Heliod. What's going on, Son of Sam? Thanks for hanging out for almost 2 years. Welcome back. Smells like Teen Coco. Yeah, it just smells like they've got nothing. Deck the halls with bowls of Heliod. Fa la 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 la. Their life total keeps going in the wrong direction, Chip. Colorless ramp. We played like colorless with small splashes, like colorless splash red or colorless splash black. I don't think there's enough good colorless cards for pure colorless in Historic. Gosh. Oh no! They found a card to break the board stall first, chat. Oh golly, is it about to break the stall? They get to scry what, 4 times here? See, you say daily quest was the beginning of the end for WoW for you personally, but I would put money on daily quests being part of what's kept WoW going for so long. Having daily quests that you need to log in and do every day is a big part of psychological hooks that keeps people playing games they'd rather not play. I always tell people, and this applies to, you know, Arena or WoW or Raid Shadow Legends or Pokemon Unite or any of the games that do dailies, if you ever at any point find yourself you're only playing a game because you log in to do dailies, uninstall the game. Don't just tell yourself you're not going to play it. Physically remove it from all, or digitally remove it from all your devices, I guess I should say. If the only reason you're logging in is to do dailies, you have an incredibly unhealthy relationship with the game that you are playing. I gotchas. I mean, like, and for the record, by the way, there's nothing wrong with enjoying games that have daily quests in them. Like, I like playing Arena a lot of the time. I like playing Pokemon Unite. I played an unhealthy amount of Raid Shadow Legends. But like, when I got to a point in Raid where like, I wasn't really doing any content or actually really playing the game, I was just logging in to do dailies, I was like, all right, it's time to be done with this. And like, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, it's fine to move on or take breaks from games once you've had your fill of them. It looks like they finally found a Heliod or a company, so we're gonna die here. Moon Dancer is so good. To me, my company. Wow, still didn't find Heliod. Good beats. Someone mused, does just attending F&M constitute an addiction? Not really. I think it depends on like what your goal is when attending something like F&M. And F&M isn't something that you can do like a weekly thing is a lot more healthy than a daily thing. And for a lot of people, like paper magic and in-person games, they're a social element. Which having social things that are social elements in your life is a healthy thing to have. Generally speaking, a net positive for most people. Yeah, that's actually a good measure from HR back. How do you feel afterwards is probably the biggest measure of is it healthy? That's usually a sign of an addiction, of like if you're doing this thing like pseudo regularly, borderline compulsively, and the end result after you're done with it is almost always I feel bad, then yeah, that's not healthy. Puts down the vodka. Yep. Yeep, yeep, yeep. Yeep, yeep, yeep. Let's draw some lands, chat. Does League of Legends really not have daily quests? That actually kind of surprises me. You know what, chat? Here's her side. I wanna play some Mass Effect. It's been